Not bad in the middle, but terrible lately. And Gary Jones has gone all in from the button and won that hand again.
Gary's going to cast it. I didn't raise that time. We have 10-5.
Queen 5.
Well, it might have beat you.
Nice hand, Jason.
Yeah, nice reflex.
Pit, 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 pop, pop, pop. Jason Gray, who is up to over 200,000. Calling from the button with the 10,000. And he's found an ace. He's looking to knock Gary Jones out the tournament, I believe.
It's only part of his MO I don't like, calling with kings with a raggedy kicker. It's not a calling hand.
Dave Elliott in the small blind, 5,000 on him. He has called. Gary Jones has checked. We're three-way now. Family pot. Jones just happy to see a flop with that load of boo. And Gary Jones has hit a pair. But I think the Devilfish is higher. 25,000 straight from Dave Elliott with the jack, and Gary Jones says it's now or never. I've got a pair, but he's not going to like it when these cards turn over, because unless a 10 or 3 hits the board, Roy, Gary Jones is about to hit the vampire's coffin.
He's got about a 20% chance left. 5 outs.
We should raise now, Jason.
I wish I'd raised.
80,000 in the pot. Jones would love to get that, and that has just taken away 3 of his outs, Roy Brindley. Only a 10 now can keep Gary Jones from death's door here. River to come. Water before goodbye, and Gary Jones out in 3rd position. Roy Brindley, he was playing some great poker, but one slip up too many.
One big move at the wrong time. Bye-bye, Gary.
As they say in the Cincinnati Kid, it's all about making the wrong move at the right time. Jones got neither right there. Last hand, Dave Elliott and Gary Jones both made a pair on the flop. That's when the money went in. Jones couldn't improve, and jacks up beat 10s up for that money.
A bit disappointed that I had walked into a set there, but unfortunately I wanted to gamble, I wanted to try and pick up the chips that were in the middle, and it just didn't work, so we'll just have to try again next time.
Only 2 players left at the PartyPoker.com European Open. The #1 seed, Dave Elliott versus Jason Gray. And looking at these head-to-head stats, Roy the Boy, couldn't be more different how these players got their chips.
No, Dave Elliott, mover and groover. He's pulled more strokes than Sir Stephen Redgrave. He will be at it in this heads-up game over and over and over again. Jason Gray, conversely, has played a very solid and tight game. He's waited for big hands, and he's bet and gambled accordingly. If the cards dry up for Jason Gray, Dave Devilfish will just bully him out of existence.
Friendly handshake between the 2 competitors, and Jason Gray told me before this started he's played in quite a few cash games with Devilfish Elliott in the UK and Australia, and has managed to come out on top in their head-to-head exchanges. Of course, is tournament poker going to be a little bit different?
Anything that happens before has no relevance here today. But Dave Devilfish Elliott has stopped playing cash games. He plays exclusively tournaments. His tournament game has improved. And if Jason Gray plays the cash game, that hand there with the trip 5s, when he had that 3 of a kind and he come out betting sizable, that was a cash game play. You're trying to get the money, not win a tournament. That are the contrasting styles between these 2 players.
Of course, one of the real stories here is how low the blinds are. 2 players, there's 600,000 in chips on the table, blinds of only 5 and 10,000. Is that going to make for a long head-up match? Call, only 20,000 in the pot right now. And the Devilfish, with a deuce 5 from the big blind, says, I'm going to raise it up 30,000 more. Devilfish, clearly he's not sitting back, Roy.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's calling with a pair of 4s. He likes to call with a raggedy ace. You know, you're not going to hit your flops. A pair of 4s, he's over 7-1 against to find a 4. So invariably, whatever the flop comes, it's going to have 3 cards on it bigger than a 4. You can't like it. You don't call with pocket pairs in heads-up hold'em.
How strong is a pocket pair in head-up hold'em?
It's very strong if you raise with it, but it's not worth 2 bob if you just limp in with it and miss the flop.
One of the features of two-handed hold'em, of course, the small blind is on the button, so Devilfish will act first from the button right now with the 6-7, and it's 5,000 to call. They've played 2 hands, and the Devil has raised 2 hands, and Jason Gray has found a big old ace, and he's just calling with it. He's trying to set a trap here, Roy.
Such a weird playing style.
So Jason Gray looking for the flop, and if he catches an ace, he may catch the Devilfish out, but he still out-flopped him wide. Just a question of if he knows where he's at.
Well, the fish knows he can't win if he checks it down, so he's got to make a move.
1-5 on a 6-7, Devilfish sticking in a bluff. And Jason Gray has no pair but the best hand. Lays him down. Roy Brindley, is this one-sided or what?
Absolutely. Just back up to that last hand. I mean, one guy has a pair, the other guy has a 2-5. Who wins the pot? I mean, come on. The guy's running around like a bee on speed. The other fella's sitting there waiting for aces and kings and monster hands. You cannot play that game in heads-up poker.
Well, they've played 3 hands, and the Devilfish has shown that he doesn't need cards to win. That biggest pot so far, 231,000. That was Jason Gray with the 3 5s, nearly knocking out Gary Jones. And Jason says, I'm not even going to put a chip in the pot right there. I know the Devil's going to raise.
And of course, Jason Gray sat there as quiet as a pig in a synagogue, and the first time he puts a chip in the pot, Devilfish is going to just disappear. I'm afraid this, at this stage, does not look like a poker game.
Elliott, 2/3 of the chips in play, and chip leader. Roy, could there be a little rope-a-dope action going on? Is Jason Gray trying to play very passive to set himself up for later on?
This is not the time to play passive. You're out chipped 2-1. The blinds are plenty big enough.
Limp in from the Devilfish with the 8-9 and a king. Jason Gray senses weakness.
Raise to 35,000.
25,000 more. Devilfish quickly agreeable. All of a sudden we got a pot here. Devilfish in position on the hand.
Of course, because he knows full well his opponent misses the flop. Devilfish can bluff it and pick it up there.
King high still good, but not a bad flop for Dave Elliott. Up and down straight draw, Roy. 6 or jack would make him a great hand.
Yeah, and the fish bets here.
All in.
Verbal all in from Devilfish Elliott. I'll go all in, he said.
Power
And
play.
that has taken Jason Gray right off the hand.
Power play. And the Devilfish has realised, hang on a second, this guy, if he doesn't connect with the flop, doesn't bet, he doesn't trap. If he does connect with the flop, he comes out betting. So the first time Jason Gray sticks a chip in this pot, fish will be so far out of it, it's unbelievable.
Well, Dave Elliott has already made up plenty of ground, or increased his lead. They've only played about 5 hands, and he's won 50,000. With blinds of 5 and 10, that takes some working. Jason Gray has yet to win a hand. His chips are sinking.
He doesn't raise with a pocket pair, he doesn't raise with an ace, and then he raises with a king 6.
Flat call from the button by Jason Gray. Option on the Devilfish. And he's found a king. Deep reach here. 30,000 more. Total of 40,000. Hey, Jason Gray's got ace king. All in. It's a remove. He's caught the Devilfish out, Roy.
He set a lovely trap. Fair play, he did make a lovely trap there. But the fish knows how far behind he is going to be.
And the Devil wants a countdown. He says 30,000 plus how much? I think it'll be too much. And if the Devilfish does call to try and knock out Jason Gray, he's drawn a thin skin to win.
And he knows full well Jason Gray is not on a bluff. He has a very big hand. He knows that. He's not that pot committed. Devilfish lays this one down and then carries on afterwards to chip away. $185,000 already in the pot. Over 100,000
for Elliott to call.